Careful. Be quiet. It has to be here.
Look here. I think this is it. Should we open it?
Yes, that is it. It looks just like the drawings from the journal I found. Open the box.
There's nothing inside.
What? No. It can't be. It should be here. Shit. What was that? It's a trap! Run!
Get them.
It's her! She's here! Christopher! Christopher! Are you okay?
Take the boy, but don't hurt him. We need him alive.
What should we do with the other one?
We don't need the other one.
Leave him alone! Christopher! No! Where am I? My head is about to explode. I can't remember anything. Here's something. A coin. It seems this corridor is not guarded. I should find a way to get out of here.
If we don't stop them, this is the end. This will destroy everything and everyone.
Whose voice was that? Closed. I don't think using the main door is a good idea. The guard must be around there. It's closed. These people are dead. What is this? I have to get out of here and call the police. They're trying to turn people into some... A drink is always nice. What the fuck is this? These psychos want to perform a human sacrifice. What kind of experiments are they doing here? Leave him alone! Christopher! No! Was that a memory? I'm not looking under there. Nope. Mar O.H. There's a name here. John Crossbow. What kind of experiments are they doing here? These are house keys. Maybe they're mine. I should take them, just in case. It says emergency exit, but it's very rusty. No matter how hard I try. Shit! They know I'm gone. ritual? They need me for a ritual? What's all this? I have to get the fuck out of here.
This painting, the Mayport excavation was quite an adventure, wasn't it? Although, I have a meeting with Carter in a few minutes. I would have loved to visit Relia, if it had been real. If only we could find out where Dagon's followers are hiding. We are on the right path. Our investigation is almost over. The Mayport excavation was quite an adventure, wasn't it? Although we couldn't find any of the Shankara stones in the end. As odd as it may be, this painting calms me. I think he's in a small town called Dunwich or something. This is Dr. Pada's office. What happened here? It's a mess. It looks like someone did break in. Cthulhu Among the Victorians by Laban Shrewsbury. This key looks very old. This is the diary of someone who found the location of the esoteric order of Dagon. Finally! We've been looking for a lead like this for years. But why didn't Carter tell me about this before? I have to go to that village to see if it's all true. Maybe Carter's there. I'd better warn James, as Carter suggested in his note. Cthulhu Among the Victorians by Laban Shrewsbury. This looks like an interest. That is impossible. James, do you know where Carter is? Something has happened.
I spoke to him yesterday.
We were supposed to meet today, but he didn't show up. I went to look for him in his office and everything was messed up. It looked like someone had broken in. Also, I've found some information about the possible location of the Order of Dagon. Carter was looking for a ritual item in a town called Insouth. Do you know anything about this?
No, I didn't know anything. Actually, he was kind of weird yesterday. And Christopher, too. Now that I think about it, both were talking about, well, nothing really. Just some crazy stuff. Forget it.
I'm worried about him, and I thought that you might be able to find him, being a private investigator and all. Track his steps. I don't know.
Of course. I'm sure it's nothing. But just in case. I think I know where to start. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go and have a look at Insouth, see if I can find what Carter was looking for. I've been studying that cult for years, looking for a clue like this, and Carter knew about it. But for some reason, he kept it from me. I need to know why.
But you have to be careful, Sophie. That town might be dangerous. If you get in trouble, call me.
Don't worry. Let me know as soon as you find anything. Bye.
I hope those morons didn't try to steal the dagger. I told them it was suicide. If the cult got Carter, we're all fucked. Good thing I saved the location they showed me on my phone, just in case. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm not leaving until I find out what happened. Is that a phone ringing? Yes, and I swear it's Carter's ringtone. Blood. I hope Carter and Christopher are okay. This cannot be a coincidence. Activates the anti-fire system. Found them when they were strange. Looks as if they tried to erase this blood trail. If only I had some luminol. I spent it all in that Black Widow case. Check Carter's phone just in case. This is the dagger they were looking for. The thing that can destroy the Great Dreamer. This should put the fire out. Maybe I can find some answers here. He looks unconscious. I don't think they killed him. They need him alive for tonight's ritual. The van they put him in has the Zotique's Enterprises logo on it. Maybe they took him there. Christopher is nowhere to be seen. If the priestess herself was here, it was all a trap to capture Carter. Luminol. Just what I needed. Trail is already visible, and it looks like a lot of blood. No!
Why only girls? I'm onto something big. I'm sure of it. This poor girl. I have to find whoever did this. That symbol appears on every picture. Insouth. It must be an important place. It keeps coming up everywhere. Someone should tidy this desk. It's full of disorganized notes and pictures. Who would be crazy enough to release 100,000 bisons? Someone should tidy this desk. It's full of disorganized notes and pictures. If I hadn't spoken to the emergency operator, I would think this is all a setup. I'm not sure if this information is true. I still don't know what it has to do with the murders, but they're connected. I'm sure of it. I never get tired of this view. I've seen some of those symbols elsewhere. That gas mask. I wonder if it's the same one that man was wearing on the pictures. It's the symbol from the murders. Who is this man? These photos were addressed to Howard. What was his table? I should check in the archive room. This file is not the right one. Did someone swap them, or is everything just messy? Every time I remember it, I can't stop laughing. Thanks to him, role-playing games reach the whole world. What's wrong with books? Every time I remember it, I can't stop laughing. I'd never heard the story before. Every time I remember that symbol. Every time I remember. Someday I would like to visit Arkham. Here's what I was looking for. Now I have an address to go on with my investigation.
Hello? Who is this?
Good morning. This is the postman.
I don't receive any letters. Sorry.
Come on, ma'am. There is nobody else in the building.
No. I don't trust you. I'm sorry. Hello? Who is this?
Good morning. This is your neighbor, Carter.
Oh, come on in.
I don't want to bother anybody else. This was supposed to be my house, but it's locked. I don't want to bother anybody else. I think that's not my house. This was supposed to be my house, but it's locked. Clearly, I shared this apartment with someone else. There's a laptop charger right here. Everything is very clean. That's the same boy from the picture in the wallet. There's something written on this painting. Hacho queres una marquea in un quintico. What kind of language is this? Where's the TV remote? I wouldn't like to see that thing up close. I should charge it.
Take this, Carter. Here, you can read our story. Every member of the society has a page, and someday, you will too.
Who are these people? My family, perhaps? This symbol is... I think I was working on something important. I was looking for that dagger before the accident. The chosen one? A sleeping god? This is getting worse and worse. It might not even be human. What the hell was I into before all this? I should charge it. I don't think it's a good idea. The Adventures of Arthur Gordon Pym by Edgar Allan Poe. What is this?
Open it. For you to see that not all monsters are real.
I'm starting to remember Christopher. I wonder where he is. I hope he's okay. This doesn't work. Night gaunts. It's all full of horrific illustrations. I've seen that woman before, but from where? How are we connected? There seems to be a box under those clothes. Night gaunts. It's all full of... Clearly I shared this apartment with someone else. Why would I keep this? Everything is very clean. I can use it now. Who are these people? My family, perhaps? This symbol is just like the one on the pin I found. According to this drawing, with this kind of portal, you can travel using some kind of magic? Huh. Did I really believe in all this shit? Maybe I can find the answers I'm looking for in...
That must be the symbol of the order. It was also on the temple. Innsmouth, after all this time, I may find the answers I was looking for. That symbol represents Hydra, mother of...
No.
The language of that inscription seems to be Aklo. Surely this is the headquarters of the Order of Dagon.
We don't serve outsiders. Get out.
The translation of that last part would... It can be useful.
We don't serve outsiders. Get out.
This must be the fuse box of the bar. This should be enough to kill the power. I could get to... The translation of that last part would be, in his abode in Rilye, the late Cthulhu awaits dreaming. It's not very good, but it will do. Here's what you asked for. Now please tell me what you know about that temple and the Order of Dagon. It is of vital importance.
There's nothing like the smell of good whiskey. Or bad whiskey. It doesn't really matter. You wanted the truth. This is it. The Order of Dagon is... how shall I put it? A way of life? our way of life. All of us are descendants of Dagon himself. Outsiders like you who come here snooping around have only two options. Either you become food or a breeder. I'm saying this because of your missing friend.
Are you telling me Dagon is real? And that you are all descendants of a sea monster?
Dagon is real. And if you wait a few hours, you will be able to see for yourself. But I wouldn't recommend it. According to rumors, its appearance has to do with something important that is going to happen tonight. Something about the sleeping god.
Who is that Obed you mentioned before?
Obed is in charge of all of this. He's the leader around here. Although he takes orders from someone much more powerful, Idia. But here in Insouth, he is the boss. Everyone follows his orders and no one questions him. It's best not to cross him.
What does the sleeping god have to do with all this? I've heard stories of his cult that made my blood run cold.
The sleeping god is the most powerful being in the universe. No other power matches his. Not even Dagon's. That is why we must pay him homage. Idia has been preparing his return for centuries. And tonight, when the stars align, it'll be his moment. Insouth will be one of the few safe places in the world.
That's impossible. If Iya was alive, she would be 2,000 years old by now.
2,000, 3,000 years old, who knows? She was chosen by the Lord of Dreams. He is part of her. They share his power. And she is the only one who can perform the sacrifice necessary to complete tonight's ritual. But I've already said too much. I don't want to get into trouble.
Before you leave, please tell me the truth. Do you know where my friend is?
I have no idea where your friend is. I promise you that. I was born here. I'm from the village. But I've never agreed with certain decisions made by my neighbors. That's why I drink, to forget the things I see. That way no one ever tells me anything, because I'm drunk. The only thing I can tell you is that if I were you, I would start by looking in the lighthouse.
How can I get to the lighthouse?
Just get to the coast and look east. You will see it at the top of the cliff. The main door of the lighthouse is always guarded. Although you can try the secret door, you might get lucky. Of course, you will have to take a little detour. That door is padlocked, but I have a copy from when I used to keep my farm stuff there, years ago. I hope it's still good. You must be very careful.
Well, I think I should leave.
You must be very careful.
It's all I could get to the lighthouse this way, but the door is closed. That's the way to the shore. That painting is curious. It looks like this map shows how to get to the reef. That is today. These boxes won't let me pass. It smells like rotten fish. It is written in a strange language. There are lots of notes written on papers all over the inside. That statuette, it used to be a saint. It must be a local radio station, because that language is Aklo, no doubt. This is horrible. I can't get through here. Something is blocking the door. I wonder where this gold comes from. Its shape and texture are very strange. I wonder where this gold comes from. Its shape and texture are very strange. I can't get through here. Something is blocking the door. I can't get through here. Something is blocking the door. I'd better look for another solution. I can't get through here. Something is blocking the door. That statuette, it used to be a saint. Now it's... That painting is curious. This place gives me the creeps. It's impressive. This is the story of Dagon. The evidence is overwhelming. That must be the symbol of the order. It was also on the temple. Terrible things happened in this place, and not too long ago. I think I hear the sea. Terrible things happened in this place, and not too long ago. I think I hear the sea. That is impossible. The evidence is overwhelming. They worship Dagon and Cthulhu here. This is the story of Dagon. It shows him arriving at the coast and sowing chaos through the town. I wonder where this gold comes from. Its shape and texture are very strange. What is this? I can't stare at it for too long. I think it represents Dagon. It's all starting to make sense. Tonight's ritual will bring back the sleeping god, and only the chosen one can stop it. And for that, he or she will need the Eye of Azathoth, which they keep in the caves. Could that be why Carter has disappeared? Maybe he was captured in the caves.
There's too much security. If I want to get in, I'll need something to help me sneak in. My lucky lockpicks. I never leave home without them. Perhaps I can use that security card to get in. Let's see. I will grab the security card. I'm sure it's another cover for the cult of the sleeping god. Here's the card. Sorry for the trouble.
Don't worry, come on in.
I must think of a way to get rid of him. I will not leave until I know what happened to Carter and Christopher. The Book of the Dead. This is the ritual with which the priestess wants to bring the beast back to Earth. I find it hard to read what it says. They've been watching Carter since he They've been watching Carter since he escaped their clutches, and we thought he was safe. Hunter was right. The man in the mask's weak point is magic. Still, I'd rather not meet him again. Last time I made it out alive by the skin of my teeth. Fuck. I hope none of them are Carter. Carter was luckier than the... Maybe I can make use of it. I hope Carter was luckier than these poor people. What the hell are they doing here? Fucking sadistic bastards. I hope Carter was luckier than these poor people. I must think of a way to get rid of him. That is useless. I must think of a way to get rid of him. They seem to drink coffee like everyone else. They seem to drink coffee like everyone else. Coffee alone is not going to get me anywhere. I will not leave until I know what happened to Carter and Christopher. No way. There seems to have been a patient or a sick person here until recently. Could that be Carter? This is very powerful. A couple of pills and you are out. Damn it. Finally, with this, Carter will be able to stop the destruction of the world. If I find him.
Richard here. We've just finished searching the southern sector, but we haven't found the prisoner. It seems that he's managed to escape. Any news there? Jewel? Jewel? He doesn't answer. Let's see again.
Good. Carter has escaped. I don't know how he does it, but he always pulls it off. He may have gone to the Society to look for me. Or maybe he went straight to the ruins of the Nameless City. I should go before the other guards return. shit. I better get going.
What happened here? Looks like someone broke in. I'll check to see if anyone's hurt. It has a somewhat strange... I once knew a Jackson Elias, but he wasn't that old. Taking a crowbar is always a good idea. This computer is on. What's this switch for? This computer is on. There are some wires there, and someone must have pulled out what was connected. What's that noise? I love that EP. Necrophilia? Who would read something like that? Someone seems to have ripped out some pages. A bit small for an elephant heart. That's the Erebus, lost in the ice along with the terror. That's the Erebus, lost in the ice along with the terror. It's too dark in here. I'd better turn on some light before I break my neck. It's too dark in here. I'd better turn on some light before I break my neck. I'd never heard of this bar. It's too dark in here. I'd better turn on some light before I break my neck. This computer is on. What's a book doing on the ceiling? I could swear it's the reviled play, The King and... If they are so powerful, why do you have them for sale? And so cheap? What's a book doing on the ceiling? I could swear it's the reviled play, The King in Yellow. This computer is on. This looks like a lot of blood. It's like someone's been dragged. This drawer is stuck. A man wearing a mask? This information is very useful. Apparently, members of this cult often meet in one of these bars. I'll go check it out and see what I can find out. This book has some blood in it. That's weird. That noise is coming from over there. That noise is coming from over there. Wow, a secret door behind a bookshelf. Oh my god, what's that? It's as if this creature had been human at some point. This can't be real.
I hope the house is nearby.
Carter. Carter.
Who's there? Who are you?
You know who I am.
It's you. Am I dreaming, or are you really here?
My spirit can travel to any dimension through the power he bestowed in me.
What do you want from me? Why are you following me?
Carter, I'm sure you've been told horrible things about me. But my only wish is that you have absolutely everything you want. Your friends just want to take advantage of you. They never wanted you to be yourself. I am the person who knows you best in the world. I know exactly how you feel. But if you come back to me, together we can return the Dream Dweller to its rightful place, and then we will reign on Earth next to him.
No, I'm not going to do that. I have seen what you want to do. You want to destroy the Earth, and I will not allow it. I don't know how, but I will destroy you.
Poor thing. Ever since you were a child, you've been so naive. You cannot escape your destiny. You came into this world with a single purpose, and tonight, whether you want to or not, you are going to fulfill it.
Tell me, why am I so important? Why am I connected to you?
In the darkest part of your soul, you already know the answer. Now you just have to accept it. See you tonight.
What was that? I have to rescue Christopher, and... The door is locked. How does one get in here? Say friend and enter. I had to try it. Open. It doesn't work. We are the shield against madness. We are the dike against tide. We are the light against darkness. Open.
We have to avenge Hunter, at any cost.
We will, but now let's go. Idaho must be looking for me. We need a place to hide. His name is James. I think I'm getting my memory back. It seems as if they drag something heavy over here often. The base is worn and it smells like smoke? Huh, what's up? It seems to do something, but it doesn't say press. What if the star was something else? It fits perfectly. From the noise, it seems something had opened. It seems as if they... Everything is starting to make sense. All dead. So long, fighting. If Idaho was born thousands of years ago, how am I connected to her?
Carter, wait. You have to listen to me.
No! You're just like them. You all want something from me. In my entire life, no one has ever asked me what I wanted. I don't want any of this. I don't want to be the chosen one. I don't want to have anything to do with Idaho and Cthulhu. I just want to disappear.
I know. None of this is fair to you. And if I could do anything to make it right, I would. But, Carter, believe me, if there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that no matter how far you run, it's impossible to escape your fate.
You only rescue me from the cult, because I'm the only one who can kill Idaho and stop the end of the world. And she wants to sacrifice me to destroy everything. And on top of that, nobody tells me why I'm so special.
I don't know why you were so important in this whole story. I don't know why Idea needs you to bring back Cthulhu. I've always thought it had something to do with your parents, but I've never managed to find out who they were. I just know that you, Carter, are the only one who can stop the horror we're facing. And that gives me hope. This belonged to my grandfather. He was a fisherman and had a small boat. My mother didn't like me to stay alone with him when I was little. He had long since gone mad and used to tell me stories that kept me awake at night. Stories about monsters that lurked in the depths of the sea. According to him, one of these beings wiped out his entire crew on one of his fishing trips. He said that during his worst moment, without his crew and with the boat adrift, surrounded by a dense fog, hearing inexplicable sounds that chilled his soul, the only thing he had was this compass. And it was thanks to it that he made it home. Thanks to such a simple thing. The only one in the family who believed in that story was me. Before I even knew that monsters were real. Here. I hope that when you face your monster, you...
Finally, I remember everything. The ritual, Relif, Cthulhu, Chris. We were set up. Where will he be? Will Idaho have him? I have to get to Relif tonight. I can wipe her and all her fantasies out for good. Otherwise, they'll never stop. Although I don't have the dagger nor the amulet, I must go to Relif to save Christopher. I will take the map with me.
This rowboat might work for me if I can patch up that hole and find something to paddle with. I don't think it's a good idea to interrupt them now. Maybe I could fix the rowboat with this. The handkerchief could be useful. I need something else to keep the seal tight. I did it. Now it won't sink before getting to the island, right? This is just what I was... I'm scared. But if we don't get the amulet, I'm not going back until I find that amulet. Here are more of those symbols. Here are more of those symbols. I have to be careful. There is something nearby. Their entire history is written here. If I wasn't in such a hurry, I could spend years working here. Here are more of those symbols. Symbols and more symbols. How many are there? I'm sure these symbols mean something. That's Dagon and Hydra, caring for their... I'm sure these symbols mean something. I wonder who draws these symbols. Those creatures must be Dagon and Hydra's children. They seem to be guarding something. It's the amulet! Those creatures must be Dagon and Hydra's children. They seem to be guarding something. It's the amulet! I wonder who drew... Symbols and more symbols. How many are there? In this one, you can see Dagon and Hydra worshipping something greater. Could it... The door is locked. There must be a way to open it. I can't get near the amulet. There must be some way to get it. Maybe with this statuette. Good heavens! I've been discovered. I have to get out of here as soon as possible. I'd better look. It looks like the only way out, but I need something to open it. I hope this works and gets me to the nameless city. James and Carter are counting on me.
This may come in handy if I have to break something. Oh, it looks like someone forgot a pipette. It stinks. What is an It is closed as I thought. How am I going to open that lock? This seems to have been closed for some time. Who would have thought a Western could be so creepy? I love that show. I love all of them. That film is a bit weird. Hello? My name is Christopher. I didn't want to. Damn, that was scary. Surely there is a... I love that show. This is like what I saw in the bookshop. Jackson Elias. I think I've seen some of his books somewhere. I'd love to catch it sometime. What kind of place is this? I'd love to catch it sometime. William Dyer, Pabity Expedition. I read something about that expedition. Almost all of them died. Those who watch from the other side. What a strange reading.
This can't be true. What does Manson have to do with all this? Also Chernobyl?
Laban Shrewsbury revealed to us the secrets of... Laban Shrewsbury revealed to us the secrets of the Kaleno Library. What library is that?
I'd only seen one of these in movies. A ritual to keep young?
This photo has some coordinates. I should investigate it.
They have one of these symbols painted on them. I'm already very close.
It does not seem to be the typical hiding place for a cult. The door's locked. I need to find a way in. It doesn't look like anyone lives here. And yet, it's all pretty clean. So strange. Here's the proof that I was right. This is even bigger than I thought.
Who are you? And what are you doing here?
My name is Christopher Black. I'm a journalist, and I work for the Miskatonic Chronicles.
Journalist. And that gives you the right to break into my house.
Sorry, I thought this was abandoned. You're Carter Scott, right?
How do you know my name? You're one of them! Hands above your head, now!
Don't shoot, please. I swear I came alone. I saw a picture of you earlier, and it had your name on it. I can explain everything.
You better. Are you armed?
I'm not armed. I've never picked up a gun in my life. I swear I was just doing research. I don't want to hurt anyone.
I'll give you a chance. But if I'm not convinced by what you say, I will pull the trigger. What are you doing in my house, and are you with them?
They? You mean the cult, right? I'm investigating a story about some ritual murders. I've been doing it for a while. My boss doesn't believe me. He says he won't publish anything without proof, so I've decided to do something about it.
What do you know about the cult? That doesn't explain how you got here.
I know that they have been active for many years, and that they seem to be infiltrated in all social strata, even in politics, but nobody wants to talk about them. I began to study certain symbols that kept appearing in the crime scene photos, and I recognized the one on the door of this house.
I don't know if you'll find the answers you were looking for in here, but you'll certainly find the truth. One thing first. If you knew that this cult was dangerous, why did you went on with your investigation against them?
Everyone has a purpose in life. I can't stop criminals, but I can put the spotlight on them and have others do so. I can't stand idly by, writing about the next celebrity nose job, when I know that they are murdering innocent people. Now you tell me, from what you say, you don't seem to be part of the cult. But then, what do you have to do with all this?
Wow, it seems that the journalist is over the shock. Sit down, Christopher. You're going to have a lot of information to process. This explains why this place is connected to the cult of the sleeping god. It's all full of runes and glyphs. This doesn't work. That must be the heart of Armrat Tavel, guardian of the last gate, part of Yog-Sothoth himself. Is that a lake of blood? It's all full of runes and glyphs. Someone from the cult has followed me here.
I hope Carter hasn't used the portal yet. Without the dagger, or the Eye of Azathoth, he will have no chance against her.
Strange. It looks like I came from that direction, but I can't see the path.
I've been after you the entire day, you piece of... What happened?
You were right, James. The information we got on the dagger was a trap. Idaho found us. We were attacked and I fell unconscious. The next day, I woke up in their headquarters, with no memory of who I was or what I was doing there. I managed to escape, but it wasn't until I arrived at the Fairmark Society a while ago that I regained my memory. I don't even know where Christopher is.
I have to tell you something. When Sophie told me she couldn't find you, I assumed that you and Christopher had gone to get the dagger. I arrived at the place and it was a mess. Blood, broken glass. You could tell there had been violence. I don't know how to tell you this, Carter.
Tell me what?
I found Christopher's body. They killed him when you lost consciousness. I'm so sorry.
No. That can't be. No. Fuck! Are you absolutely sure? It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
No. Christopher was always very aware of what he was getting into. He knew he was facing humanity's greatest terror, and yet he never hesitated for a second. He was that brave. We have to make sure his death was not for nothing.
We didn't even got the dagger. Without it, we can't even kill Idaho.
I stole it from their headquarters. A stroke of luck, really. And Sophie is in Insouth, getting the eye of Azathoth. We were supposed to meet here. I hope she won't be long. We have to finish that bitch. For Chris.
For Chris. Oh God. There are bodies and... Oh God. There are bodies and blood everywhere. It seems that the portal is incomplete. I don't think it's a good idea. It won't work. No matter how hard I try. Oh God. There are bodies and blood everywhere.
He's here. The man in the mask followed me here.
If we confront him, he will finish us off. It's better to hide.
No, I found something in Idhia's office. I think she had a safeguard in case the man in the mask turned against her. It's a spell. I haven't used it before because it takes 2 people. What do you think?
Huh. Let's kill that son of a bitch. I've always wanted to know what's under that disgusting mask. I don't think it's a good idea. Oh God. There are bodies and blood everywhere.
It wasn't that hard.
Sophie, what happened? Are you okay?
What was that light?
That light was a portal. I came from Innsmouth. The children of Dagon almost killed me, but I got this.
The amulet! Sophie, you're the best!
Carter, after so many years working together, why didn't you tell me about this before? I've spent my whole life studying people's fascination with cults and their fictitious deities, and it turns out I was wrong. It's all real.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to get you in trouble. The cult of the sleeping god has wiped out almost everyone I ever loved. But you're right. I should have said something.
Sorry to interrupt, but if we're going to kill Idhia, We have to get the hell out of here, or we'll lose the chance to end her for good.
Are you sure about this?
If I don't finish her off, the cult will continue to murder in the name of Cthulhu until the next alignment of stars. Besides, I want to avenge Hunter, Chris, and all the children from the orphanage.
Come on.
No, I'm going alone.
What?
James, you've been taking care of me since Hunter saved me from the cult. You're like a brother to me. I can't lose you too. I've got to go alone.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome to Reuniting, where Cthulhu awaits dreaming. Very soon, you will have the honor to meet him. I told you before in the forest, Carter. To be here and now is your destiny. It was written from the day you were born.
Perhaps my destiny was already written, and it may have brought me here. But I have news for you, O great priestesses. The one who does not know what's going to happen next is you. From the very moment I've crossed that portal, my only destiny is to destroy you.
Oh, I love that confidence. But you are so wrong. Nothing you have done and nothing you have been taught has prepared you for the power I am about to unleash. The only truth is that you were created with one purpose, and that is to die, here and
now. Now that we're finally at the end of it all, I think we can be honest with each other. Tell me why. Tell me, what has humanity done to you to make you hate us so much?
They took everything from me! My dreams, my hopes, my life. That day in the desert before I met him, I should have died, but that hatred inside me was so great that I... You know, the biggest lie ever told to mankind is that this planet is theirs. No, it is not. It never was. And I'm going to return it to its true master.
I'm sick of all this secrecy. Since I'm about to die, it's time for you to tell me why me. Why am I so important?
Come on, Cart. Haven't you noticed? You've taken after me. We have the same eyes.
No. No, no! That's impossible! You're my mother? You're lying!
A mother would never lie to her child. I brought you into this world, and it is only fair that I remove you from it.
What a few did to you cannot condemn us all. We are clearly not perfect, but we are better than whatever you want to bring back.
I serve an actual god, but do they? Humans are filled with fanaticism. They worship false deities. They kill each other. And for what? It is time for all of you to look into the eyes of your true lord. It is time for you to learn what fear and despair mean.
But why? Why bring a child into the world and then sacrifice it?
It's what he asked for. I don't need to know more. But if it's any consolation, I never saw you as a human being. I never smiled at you, never hugged you, never breastfed you, never gave you love. I wanted you to have nothing to live for. But then that damned hunter took you away from me and gave you hope. And that, dear Carter, was the worst thing that could have happened to you.
And all of this is for what? More power? Do you really think that thing is going to share its power with you? I thought you were the smart one.
Do you really think I care? I've lived too long, and I'm tired of it. My mission ends today, with you. That's how it all began, with the death of my son. If that damned hunter hadn't interfered, everything would have been easier for you. But it doesn't matter, Carter. The time has come. Let's get this over with.
Hunter gave me more than just hope. He gave me something to fight for. It would be useless to explain it to someone like you. But it's funny how after spending thousands of years on this earth, we have learned absolutely nothing.
Well, I've learned a thing or two, and I'm going to enjoy showing them to you, just like I did with your dear boyfriend. Ready to die, my son?
She's dead, isn't she?
Yes, she's dead. It's over. The chosen one is over. Now, I'm just Carter.
About time. All that chosen one thing was starting to go to your head.
Look, the green is fading away. His influence must be vanishing from this world.
I like the color better.